So, yeah, that's my greatest poop story. And that shaped the rest of my life from that point forward. I shit in public all the time now.
All right, let's start it right now. Can we officially start right now? Okay. So, I guess
Welcome
the
back.
first, welcome back to the podcast. So, I guess what we've decided is that since you talked a lot about your weightlifting story last
Sure did.
time, that I guess I could tell mine. I guess that's what we can do today. What do you think about that?
Sounds like a plan.
And then also we had an idea for some new segments for the show, which is also new. So I guess just segments for the new show.
New segments for the new show.
Which would be one was a great idea by Jake, show and tell. So what that's going to include is we're going to take turns bringing something to the podcast to show you guys and each other, and then we will tell about it.
Yeah,
Just like first grade.
exactly. Brown bag is what we called it.
Brown bag?
Yeah, you fill a brown bag with random shit, and then you tell other first graders about your box of raisins and
Was that like for school? You had brown bag?
yeah.
Ours was we did the whole alphabet, and then each alphabet day you had to pick a show and tell item that started with that letter.
Man, I went to a public school, which said
I
they
did
didn't,
too.
they didn't care about our
About the alphabet?
alphabetrics. I learned the
I
alphabet
still-
in 8th grade.
I still get all caught up on that elemental P. Like
It's
how
one
many
letter, I
how
swear
many
to God.
letters is that? It's one noise.
Elemento.
Elemento P. I
I
mean,
use it frequently.
what is that
Anytime
word?
you go like y'all all, like all y'all,
All
the
y'all?
double L, that's Elemento. All y'all will regret this. That's like A Elemento, Y Elemento, Elemento after an apostrophe.
Okay, so I didn't know that. They didn't.
Our new segment is going to be Grammar by Jake.
They never taught us where it went or what it did.
Go public school then.
Yeah. Wow, I went to public school, just somewhere else than you.
We don't need about.
So that was one of our
schools.
segments, and then we're gonna do. We did this last time, but we didn't call it a segment yet because that was our first try, and that's gonna be Ask a Meathead.
Because you got two of them right here.
So what I've done is I've opened the website, my website, westkits.com, for questions. There's a tab where you can submit a question to me, and I'll read it here. So any information about you that you want included, you can put in your question, but make them long. And give me something to read and something to think about, and maybe we can help you
Yeah.
out. So yeah, that's our two ideas. Again, if you have other ideas for names or segments,
Keep them to yourself and start a podcast.
Text Jake.
probably.
because
Or
Jake-
that too. Yeah.
Jake loves text,
Sure.
especially if you can send him a picture and a text.
For contact photo only.
So what are we doing today, Jake?
Well, let's see. What do we have planned? We got a little West Kits backstory.
You didn't just read that. Okay, well, why don't you ask me about it, and then I'll just answer your questions.
I mean, how far back did I go? I think I went to where I was
Birth.
born, so let's start there.
Knoxville, Tennessee. I was born and I lived there my whole life in one city until college, when I finally moved away, which was only about 3.5 hours down the road, and then I went to California for weightlifting.
What year was
So-
that?
I moved out here in 2016. So 2016 was an Olympic year, and I moved out here in January that year. So I guess before that, I'd been weightlifting like a year and a half before I came out here, maybe two. I forget. I started in
but
fall.
even before weightlifting, like you owned a gym, like you've been around lifting weights, what, pretty much your whole life?
Yeah,
When did you start lifting weights?
I first got in a gym and started lifting. I was around 12. Um, and we had a little gym in the basement, and I like to go down there, and Dad showed me some stuff. I'd kind of mill around in the basement, and I was making up my own like workouts and splits and stuff. Just like basically after I'd been showed some stuff, I just started just going at it. I was doing I'd alternate push and pull days. So
At 12?
well, that's what Dad told me. So
Damn.
your pushes would be like any of your presses,
Bench pressing,
and then your triceps. So you're doing basically chest and triceps. Then on your pull days, that's anything that's coming into you. So you're basically doing back and biceps.
Did your mom ever get in the gym? Just pretty much all your dad.
She like exercised.
Mhm.
She didn't really she didn't lift. She actually got a teaching certification when I was probably like in 6th grade. I think she was going to teach like spin classes, and there's this other class she liked. It was called it was
Zumba.
something power, but it was like women's like
Body pump type
yeah,
shit.
body pump.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Not that I've ever done it.
yeah.
My mom also
you popped that off pretty quick.
did body pump.
But yeah, so Mom learned to teach those, which that was before I was even as into the gym as I was. So I guess I kind of I knew people were supposed to exercise pretty young. But so I was milling around and playing sports, and then I guess I finally got done with school, and I developed a pretty big passion for just training. I'd been doing it for sports for a while at that point, and I felt like I had the ability to help other people do it. So I thought that having my own gym where I can work out as much as I want whenever, and have a way to coach people up and teach people what I'd learned over the years would be pretty awesome.
Sounds like the best idea.
I just
own
kind
a
of
gym and work out all day.
I just jumped in, man. I had saved up some money from being on scholarship in college, which is pretty cool. So I just used that money, and I opened my gym. I placed a big order at Rogue, and I had a friend that he was like a family friend, I guess, but he owned a big batting cage facility. So I subleased the back 2,000 square feet. He basically had like a cage set up that was just kind of filled with junk. So I cleaned it out for about a week, all day, every day. And then once I had it ready to go, I moved the stuff that I had already in there, and then waited on the Rogue order and just kind of set up shop in this little facility. And I did some high school athletic teams as well.
Oh, cool.
So I had a football team I worked with, and I picked up a baseball team and a girls basketball team. So it was a lot of fun. I was doing a lot of coaching, a lot of running around and exercise, but
So like,
I had a good time.
what was a typical day for you when you're doing that? Are you literally like from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m. you're at the gym the whole time? Because I've heard of a lot of people who like they start their gym and they have to live there because
If you buy a gym, you're buying a full-time job.
Yeah.
And then some.
it's a business.
Yeah. So, and then you don't only like work at it, you also manage it. So, I mean, you're taking on multiple careers, and, I found out that there was a lot to be learned after I did it. But, what'd you ask me?
What's a day like?
Oh, yeah. How did I get there? You said something else after. It wasn't just what was it?
Did I forgot. What did I ask you?
Yeah, I would. I had my first class. My first coaching class was at 6 a.m. I had a few guys that came in, so was at the gym opening up by 6. So after 6, it's only an hour. I didn't often have somebody at 7, and I had like a sign up board where people would sign up for what times they were coming, so I'd kind of know. So if I didn't have anyone coming in after those guys, I would get a workout in or get a nap in, depending on how much I needed to do that day and what I had going on.
Right.
But then I took clients until about 10 or 11. It was when I could usually get started on my own workout. So clients till about 10 or 11, hit a workout, eat some lunch. And then after lunch was when I had to go coach the kids. So I would the basketball baseball combo was in a city called Pigeon Forge, about 45 minutes to an hour away. So after lunch, or I'd eat on the way to there, about an hour there, and then I had 2 teams, so that would be about an hour and a half, 2 hours workouts for each of those teams, and then I'd head back and I'd coach my evening classes at my gym, and then do whatever else I needed to do for the day for the workout.
Damn.
Yeah, so I was, like
so
you
for
said,
the
6
workout
to 9.
for your like personal training yourself, was grid a thing at this time? Were you working on that? Still Olympic lifting, or?
So when I opened the gym, I had a little bit of an interest in CrossFit. I thought it was cool. I hadn't been really exposed to it long. I didn't even have all the movements yet.
That's embarrassing.
Yeah, so I was doing CrossFit, and what I really learned that I enjoyed was just lifting. So when you're training for sports, you lift in the gym and then you practice on the field. So for CrossFit, I still had that, like, I had to lift in the gym and then do my CrossFit.
Work, yeah.
So and I just loved the idea of like getting stronger, getting bigger. Like really lifting weights was more my passion. I liked around doing the CrossFit workouts just because you always get out of breath. You feel like you did something.
Yeah, and it's very competitive in nature.
Yeah, so it was it dragged me in, but really, I get hung up on the weightlifting and a lot, and that's what I usually did in the morning was my weightlifting. I would weightlift 2.5 hours, and then in the evening I would do like 2 or 3 CrossFit workouts for like 30 minutes to an hour. Yeah, I mean that was what I did for a while, and then I started weightlifting before grid actually. So I had committed to solely weightlifting fall 2014 was when I signed up for my first wasn't really my first meet because I'd randomly done one when I was still training for football, just like a one-off little competition. Yeah, so in 2014 that was when I decided I was gonna make a run at the American Open, and I took on training for weightlifting full time.
Now, was that with Rudy? Or was that?
Nope. So I'd met this guy. His name is Mike Tarha. We called him Mike. His actual name's Mahmoud, I guess. But he was a Lebanese Olympic weightlifter. So I'd met him through CrossFit earlier on, and he worked at this gym that I was training at, and I knew of him. I knew where he had this little Lebanese restaurant in downtown Knoxville that I'd go eat at. So, I knew he was around. And when I decided that I was going to take on full-time weightlifting, I asked him if he could help me out with that. So he'd actually, at that point, started coming out to the gym. He would give me a workout for the morning and then come out for my afternoon workout.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and it was that was really cool to have somebody at that level that could kind of guide me through the beginning stages of that process. But yeah, he took me to the meet in I think North Carolina is where Muscle Driver was, but
South Carolina.
Is it South Carolina?
Yeah, Fort Mill.
So he went with me to South Carolina for my first meet at Muscle Driver, which was one of the premier weightlifting teams in the country at the time.
I was actually there too.
Were you?
Yeah.
You were at that meet?
I went to both the tryouts.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So I had said I wanted to try out. Did you as well?
I did, but I was at West Point at the time, so I don't think it was like realistically considered.
Yeah.
I was also snatching like 120.
Okay.
Clean jerking 140.
What body weight at that time?
I don't remember. I think probably 94 would have made the most sense, but I maybe weighed a little less than that.
Okay. Well, yeah, so that was like my first
Actually, my favorite coaching cue comes from what's his name? Mike Mahmoud.
Yeah.
Your first coach.
Tight your back.
Up your chest.
Up your chest.
Up your chest is the best cue. I say it to myself. I catch myself saying it all the time.
You know who else wears that one out? Is Shaheen Hashemian?
Yeah.
Is that how you say it?
Alex's coach?
Yeah, Alex's coach.
Up your chest.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
And they actually know each other.
So
I just asked him after I met Shaheen. I was like, you heard of this guy? He's out of Lebanon. He lifted in I think it was the
same era guy or
He was
older?
a little bit before. He's probably on his way out
Okay.
when Shaheen was coming in.
Yeah.
But yeah, he actually remembered him, so that was
That's
pretty cool.
Some
But
legitimacy
yeah,
there for sure.
up your chest, pat your
That's the
back,
best one.
pull hard.
It works for anything in weightlifting.
Yeah.
Literally
Yeah.
anything.
Yeah,
just
he's
up
just
your
like-
chest. You'll be
He's
all right.
probably this tall. Like he was a tiny guy. He lifted in the lowest. What was it?
60.
No way. I don't even
right?
know back
60.
then.
Yeah.
But
Naeem was a 60.
the little weight class.
Yeah.
And yeah, he kind of took me to my first few meets. So we went to
That's
Muscle
cool.
Driver. Then we went to ETSU, where Chevy's alma mater.
Yeah.
They would put on weightlifting meets. I think twice a year. They
Okay.
put on pretty big ones. So they had one that fall. I went to it right after, and between those two competitions, I think I probably added 20 kilos to my total.
Yeah, I bet.
That's just how fast it
I'm
moves.
surprised you didn't get a call back from Muscle Driver. I figure.
Well, they picked up on that tryout. They picked up Ethan Herrick, who was also a 105.
Oh, okay.
And at the time, he was.
I think Trevor Britton
Yeah.
was the 94 they picked.
He had a pretty big head start on me. He'd been doing it a little while, and I was very new. So,
Right.
who wants to take on two 105s when they've already got
Sure.
one
One who's
and
kind
some
of
super.
knows what he's
Yeah.
doing already. Yeah.
So
Makes sense.
yeah, but anyways, between those two competitions, I mean, so much better, and it was just like when you make that jump and commit to weightlifting full time, I feel like you just have this like really stark increase in what you're able to do.
Yeah.
And even if you're in shape, you've just not weightlifted every day, and it
Yeah.
really changes. Like I did a lot of weightlifting when I was doing CrossFit, but when I switched to only weightlift, like it was night and day. But anyway, so when I qualified for the American Open, the American Open.
This would be in 14?
Yeah, I did it at Muscle Driver, like barely, and then like I said, I added about 20 kilos to my total before I'd even done my next meet.
Right.
So go out there, do pretty well, and I basically went from qualifying into the C session at Muscle Driver to probably being around the B session, upper top of the B.
Yeah.
By the time I did the ETSU meet, and then between that meet and American Open, I probably picked up like 20 more kilos.
So we're
maybe
talking
15.
from like what? From like a 290 to a 310 to a 330?
Probably,
Whoa.
I probably was at like 310.
Initially? Or like at?
Yeah, I think I did like 37 and at like maybe like 175 or 80.
At Muscle Driver?
Yeah.
Damn. Okay. So.
I actually attempted the biggest clean and jerk out of the whole thing.
The whole meet.
Maybe one guy went after me and missed his clean, but I had the biggest clean at the meet. I just didn't hit the jerk. And at the time, I mean, I was taking 10 kilo jumps in the snatch.
Yeah.
So, like I said,
I remember.
I hit 37. I opened at 17. Maybe 20.
That's a strategy. Dude, I remember I remember your session because I was sitting with my girlfriend at the time. And
Yeah.
we had already competed and we were just watching, and you had those bright yellow Nikes and like a
Some
Nike
high
Pro
socks.
Combat, one of these shirts.
Pro Combat
Yeah,
shirt,
dude.
tight, fitted, bro.
And then
Some
of
short,
course.
and then some short shorts. I didn't
Yeah.
have a singlet at my first meet.
No,
I was
it was
dressed up
like-
like a. I don't even know what I looked like a goon. It was bad.
Okay, I remember seeing that, and then I remember, when you made the move to Cal Strength, seeing on Instagram and stuff. I did not know those were the same person.
The same dude.
Like I saw a picture we looked up the video on YouTube of that session.
Yeah.
And you had like a buzzed head, no beard, and I was like, holy shit, I remember this guy. That's fucking Wes.
Yeah. So
You should get those shoes back, by the way. Those were really cool.
I sold them on eBay.
Oh.
Yeah. So when you start out weightlifting, it's not really a big money maker. You're kind of like you're practically a hobo.
Mm-hmm.
You're just a strong hobo. Like the moment you decide to be a
Still, right now.
weightlifter,
Yes, I am.
you're just a strong hobo.
Yeah.
So that's where I was at, and I had these bright yellow shoes, and I wanted to not have those anymore because they're bright yellow, and so So I was gonna buy one of the new cool colors. So had to sell the
orange
yellow ones
and blue.
and get some. No, I got the
white ones,
the black and reds.
Oh, those are sick. Okay.
Yeah, so I sold those bright yellow ones.
Damn.
Yeah.
A
And
relic.
they're gone. Somebody on eBay has my first pair of weightlifting shoes. So if you happen to hear this, Jake's mom or Chevy's mom, and know who that is, please let them know.
That person's going to turn around and sell them after the
send those
Olympics.
back. I'd really like to have
Make a twofold profit.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I don't even it never dawned on me that I could possibly go to the Olympics. Like I thought that I could just be strong and I didn't even realize that a world team. I was like, maybe one day I'll do this world team thing, and then 2.5 years I'm on my first one. You know what I mean? That just, it got so serious so quick, and I literally was just taken by surprise. I started, there was
where you were.
There's 10 105s in front of me, there's this badass team muscle driver. I can't even make him,
Right.
And so this is when I'm still on my own, and then like I said, you're just a strong hobo when you start weightlifting. So this thing Grid League popped up, and I was like, I don't have to do CrossFit, but I know how to. I'm going to be the strongest, so maybe I've got a shot at this. And I'm thinking just maybe I'll have this this opportunity. You know what I mean? And we're talking about a $3,000 for the year gig.
Right.
This is not not a lucrative thing. But to me, getting paid
At
to
the
exercise
time,
is that just seemed
You made it.
Yeah, that's it. I was
There's
I
nothing.
made it.
Yeah.
So I get this invite to try out in Miami, and I'm just I'm pumped, man. I'm juiced. I can't believe it. My buddy Alex Anderson, who was a really great CrossFitter, he went to a number of games, and I think he got some top 10 finishes. But anyways, I'm showing him this invite, and he's already on the team, and how pumped and nervous I am, and I'm going down to Miami on this day, and anyways, I went out and I crushed the little combine thing they did, and that was a fun time. But yeah, so that was my first paid weightlifting gig, and this is right in the middle of just starting, we're a year into weightlifting, and I guess at this time I'm with Rudy Nelson.
Okay.
So this is when I'm with Outlaw, and this is also my
Was
first.
he based out of Tennessee?
No, he's out of it's up north. I never went to a spot or anything. Yeah.
Okay.
I think it gets cold.
Wait, so
Snow's real deep in the winter wherever he's from.
what, he reached out to you after AO or?
Well, so yeah, so I guess I didn't do my first American Open. I went there, dude. You know where I got lost? I was gonna tell you between my last so my meet at ETSU.
ETSU one, yeah.
Right, and before American Open, I get exponentially better again. So I email Phil Andrews, who'd never heard of me at this time. I'm like, dude, I just started weightlifting. I qualified at my first meet, and now I can hit these numbers, and I've done it. Do you think I can move up into the A session? And Phil's like, yeah, sure. And so
What a guy.
I'm squeaking into the A session, my first national meet. Phil don't even know me, but he's helping me out. I have no idea. I'm emailing the CEO of USAW.
Right.
I just found a guy. Anyways, I get into the A session and I compete and place fourth in my first first national meet. So I still don't know if I just got lucky or nobody showed up, but
Do you remember who won that year?
Donovan Ford was there, Ethan
Donovan.
Herrick was there, and
Garce?
Dude, I don't know if Garce was at that one. David Garcia, I don't think he was. I can't
Who
remember.
else at 105 around that time? D'Angelo was 94
Yeah,
still
he
probably.
wasn't yet. I don't know. It could have been anybody, dude. I wasn't that good yet.
Yeah.
Fourth place,
Sure.
But yeah. So, but it's
Spencer, maybe.
fourth place is close enough to the top to where you feel I just need to train.
Especially for the first one, I'm right there.
Yeah, dude. I'm
And
gonna
you
get
were.
this.
Yeah, for sure.
But even then, my total, I think, was 10th or 11th out of all of the 105s.
Oh, okay.
That put up a total
who
that
just
year.
weren't at American.
Yeah,
Open.
because
okay.
Spencer Mormon exists,
Right.
and there's a handful of guys that We're better than that, I think, at that time.
Yeah.
But anyways, I'm start training for nationals. Do my first national meet, and this is with still Mike. I don't know how I skipped all that stuff and got to Grid League. Anyways, first nationals with Mike, and I placed 4th again.
Mm-hmm.
And this one, we're trying out for the world's team, basically, the one in Houston.
Oh, yeah.
No, hold on.
That'd be 15.
No. This is my first one. This is not yet. Not yet.
Your first Worlds was 16?
Was it?
No, that was an Olympic.
Dude, I think I was with Rudy for my first nationals. Dude, I don't know.
15.
Yeah. So I do my winter meet, and I pick up Rudy, I think that spring.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, I like tag Outlaw Barbell and everything I did because I thought Outlaw was super cool.
Yeah.
They had like this CrossFit channel.
Right. It's a cool name.
Yeah, they're pretty cool dudes. I thought Rudy seemed cool, knew a lot about weightlifting. So I was tagging him in everything I did. And this girl, Nicole Capurso, was one of his athletes and trained up at his gym. And I guess she was running the Instagram. So she was like, "Hey, Rudy, this guy tagged you." And it was some kind of big lift, super sloppy, like bad technique. And Rudy was going to be in Atlanta that weekend for a seminar. So Rudy DMs me. He's like, "Hey, I'm coming to Atlanta this weekend. Come out to my seminar for free. We'll hang out and
oh, cool.
We can like talk about the barbell team that he had." So I'm like, I can't believe it. Like, to me, like, this is like the
coolest coach in the US.
in the world.
Yeah,
this is like a superstar. Like,
yeah,
talking to you. You know what I mean? Like, this is my first exposure. Like, anyone being on anyone's radar.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, anyways, I'm just like, I'm pumped. I'm driving out to Atlanta. I got my best friend covering my CrossFit classes at my not CrossFit classes because I didn't have an affiliate.
Just your
my gym classes.
Conditioning classes.
Yeah. Covering my gym classes as I'm going out to meet this guy, and all my friends just they know about him too because they're coming to the gym and working out. We're all big Outlaw fans, so we're all just like freaking out, just like stoked I get to meet Rudy and do this thing. So anyways, I have a blast out there that weekend. Like it's mostly CrossFitters, but I was like getting to show off during the barbell stuff because Rudy was like checking me out, having me do big lifts and seeing if I was coachable on the technique and stuff. So yeah, he liked me. He invited me onto his team, and basically what that entailed was having your travel expenses covered for competitions, and then he was gonna outfit me with his gear and stuff. He had some
warm-ups.
Dude, he knew the guy that works for Athlete PS,
and
he basically had a Nike sponsorship for the team and the supplement sponsorship for the team.
Nice.
So he was like hooking it up. He had his athlete Nicole working on my nutrition. So like, it seemed like a pretty legit thing,
Yeah.
I don't have to pay a bunch of money to go to competitions anymore. Because like when I took my coach out to that American Open, it was expensive. Like I had to get us all a hotel room, it's gas,
travel, meals.
Dude, it just
adds up.
It does, and
even just a weekend.
I was just a strong oboe.
Yeah.
So it was it's tough to do. Look, there's a phone. Scott got a house phone for the gym.
Does that exist? You can get a landline nowadays?
So they got a landline for the gym, and it goes to their phones, but neither of them ever pick it up here. And then I'm pretty confident that they don't pick it up on their phones, judging by this.
Yeah, it's after hours.
It's still going on. Nobody's picking up the phone.
Straight to voicemail.
It's probably a super important question. Like, David, I know that you close the gym to people, but I really want to get a workout in. Do you think I could come? And
I have a big snatch day.
Dave would be like, no, you can't come. It's not for you. You'll get the coronavirus.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh.
And
then he hangs up, I guess.
Yeah. That's sad. We should have answered. What are we doing?
We digress.
We did.
Where were we?
We were where Rudy's outfitting you guys.
Oh yeah, I'm pumped to be on Rudy's weightlifting.
Your team outlaw. You're an outlaw.
I'm Outlaw Barbell. We had these dope. We had the dope Nike singlets. It had a bent barbell, and it was in a big O. it's pretty cool.
That is cool.
But yeah, I mean, I'm a year into this thing.
You're already a professional athlete.
And somebody's, I wasn't getting paid to weightlift yet, but
paid to compete.
I was getting to compete for free.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. And I was getting free stuff.
When you're a hobo, that's...
When you're starting out, dude, like a free t-shirt is the best.
It's just like reassuring that you're doing the right things. I'm on the right path. I got a free fucking large t-shirt. It's black Hanes.
Do you remember Freak Athlete?
Crooked. Yeah.
Yeah, that was my first t-shirt. My t-shirt I got.
Nice.
I was sitting at a University of Tennessee football game, and I'm like showing my wife Ken. I'm like, dude, look, can you believe this?
Legit now.
There's gonna be a t-shirt every month.
Dude, every month? That is sick.
No.
I got a t-shirt once, and I was pumped.
I think I got the pick 2 or something for my first month, and then
all for being a freak athlete. That's pretty awesome.
So Freak Athlete apparel.
Yeah.
I don't know what.
Strong Hobo could definitely be an apparel company for weightlifters.
Hey, nobody take that. I'm gonna make a Strong Hobo t-shirt.
Can we bleep that every time it's spoken? Strong Hobo, patent pending.
Just don't take it, please. We thought of it, so.
I guess we got to make the podcast name that now, so we can
Strong
at least
Hobo podcast.
Yeah. It's got a ring to it.
It does, doesn't it? It makes sense too.
Yeah,
I think it does. Yeah. So I'm a super badass Team Outlaw weightlifter guy.
Getting 2 shirts a month. That's.
Yeah. I'm a bad storyteller because I'm not a good details guy.
I wouldn't say that.
Like a face remember or like I like just things just happen to me, and I just like they just happen, and I won't make notes. I think in college I finally learned to like remember where I put phone wallet keys down because I lost it so many times. I was like
the lanyard. You rock the lanyard now.
This so I can see it, and it helps me remember. But like every time I put something down, I have to be desk or blocks, and if I don't do it, like sometimes memories will just like disappear.
Did they ever happen?
Like this is what happened. Like I'll not have a phone, and I'll be like, I'll just nothing. Man.
Try your hardest to remember.
The people can't see that on the
nothing
if you're just podcasting, but I'd like. I squeeze my hands and close my squeezing out of
activate memory mode. Searching files, searching nothing. No search results found.
That still happens to me from like if I'm in a rush and I don't remember, like I have to remind myself to remember. But anyways, I'm not.
So you're the type of person who meets someone and they're like, "Hi, my name's Joe," and then you go, "Joe," and then you shake their hand.
Right. But then the next time I see Joe, I'll be like, "Hi, my name's Wes." He's be like, "Joe, we met," and then I'm gonna be super embarrassed. So if I've ever forgotten your name, it's not you; it's everyone. I'm just.
It's just that everyone's so forgettable.
It's hard, man. Yeah. No, it's not that.
No, okay.
I can remember.
I would say most people are forgettable. Oh, okay. Faces. That's better than nothing.
That sounds lame. But yeah, so with Outlaw, that's when I tried out for Grid. Mm-hmm. Rudy had an athlete. Nicole was on a Grid team. So it wasn't his first rodeo. He helped me. He programmed for me for Grid a little bit, helped me get ready for that. And that was when I became a professional athlete for the first time.
Professional gridder.
Yeah, so from then on, I was a slightly better fed, strong hobo. Did that ding?
Yeah.
Oh, it's the iPad.
Yeah.
Sorry, everybody, about the dings and the rings, and it's terrible. This is terrible performance by us.
That's okay. It's authenticity.
So I'm doing first year Grid.
We're just strong hobos after all.
I think it was in like the summer. So that summer, first year Grid. I'm going to California. I'm like here, and my wife flew out and watched a Grid match with my mom, and so I'm doing like some pretty big things.
Yeah, for sure.
Got my $3,000 paycheck. So this Grid league introduces me to Rob Blackwell.
I know that guy.
Yeah. So Rob has been at Cal Strength for like
45 years.
At least 45 years.
Yeah.
That he's been here.
Roughly.
He's I think he's not even 30 years old, but
that's just how long he's been.
His mom and probably went here. So that's how you get the 15.
Blackwell legacy.
Um, so he gets back from grid. He's like, Dave, I saw this guy Wes. He'd be perfect on the team. He's so strong, but he doesn't have any idea what he's doing with the bar. We can make him better. You gotta check him out. So this is when Dave watches me probably power snatch some, like, I don't know, 300 pounds on weird plates, probably in some kind of weird cut off t-shirt, like looking dumb.
A video or in person?
I think it's probably a video. I just didn't know what I was doing, posting some reckless, like, weird.
Okay, so he like looked you up on Instagram.
Yeah,
and reached
Rob
out
showed
to
him.
you.
You know.
Okay, yeah.
So he thinks I'm pretty cool, I guess, or he thinks I'm just so bad that he can make me even better.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when you see somebody and you're like, oh, I could teach them to be strong, like, quickly.
Yeah. I'm
sure he saw that in me because I was a pretty big mess. So, anyways, call Dave. Dave's like, hey, I would think it would be cool if you come out, maybe try the gym out, meet the team, see what that's like. So I did. Came out here.
And that was, what, late 2015, 2016?
2016 is when I moved. So that was in fall of 2015.
It's 5 years ago.
So we're talking about a year. We're a year into the sport, and I've had a Lebanese coach. I've been on Team Outlaw, professional athlete.
Right.
We're crushing it, dude.
Seriously,
on top of the world.
Yeah,
absolutely. Felt great. Dave Spitz is calling me. Dude, I didn't know anything.
How cool.
I didn't know to know that was cool. I didn't know to think that was cool. I had never watched any YouTube or weightlifting. We've
had literally the exact opposite weightlifting experience so far. to the T.
So, like, I had this roommate, and I was like, dude, this guy Dave Spitz called me. He's got a weightlifting team.
And he was like, I love sunflower seeds.
All I know about him is that they've got a ton of followers on Instagram. So I'm like, dude, what's up? Like, how did Rob and Cal Strength get this huge following? That's when he tells me they have, like, a good YouTube channel and a really good weightlifting team. So that's when I knew, like, I need to be excited about this and maybe, like, it's seriously
big
pursue
opportunity.
it. Yeah. So I come out here for my weekend, meet Alexi Tarakti, do a day of his camp, hang out with Dave and the guys, do a Max Out Friday. And it was awesome. Like, I was getting looked at by, like, a professional weightlifting team. Mm-hmm. So, like, everything I would hope would come from the muscle driver tryout, I was now getting the same opportunity in California with Dave and the guys. So, you know, I'm pretty excited about it. I'm also engaged, and I have someone else to think about. I can't just haul off to California and start this thing off. So we talk about it, and eventually we decide we'll give it a try. Get back on the phone with Dave. He's like, all right, let's call it 3-month trial period, and you can come out. You'll be an intern for my NFL Combine stuff, and we'll just see how California
goes. Yeah.
Yep. So I brought a couple suitcases and moved in with Rob Blackwell, who we just talked about, and his girlfriend, now fiance Nicole Lim, and they took care of me for 3 months. And I did the interning at the gym, did the weightlifting program, and we started trying to do some meets that would get us potentially qualified for the Olympics. Because, you know, now I was, even better after the time with Rudy, and then now time being programmed for by Dave. And then I'd been out here for a month, and I was getting to where the Olympics was a real possibility.
Well, for that one, there was a trials. It's not like this Olympics where there's this whole qualification period, but you set to get the Olympic trials, and then if you hit the right total, you're in.
Well, the only stipulation was you needed, I think, 2 international meets, and then you could be considered, which, I mean, think about it now, you need 6...
Within 18 months.
6 meets that will produce a Roby score. Yeah. You know, like, one of my international meets was not even out of the country. We counted Olympic trials as an international meet or something, and, I'd done basically the meet in Russia was my first out of the country competition.
Right.
Then my technically second was the Olympic trials.
Right.
So like it was that easy to be eligible then. Now, I mean, I had to make 6 international teams and put up 6 good scores that could make me eligible over 2 years or a year and a half. So it's much more difficult this time. And they also took out the other sessions. So I think in this next Olympics, there's only going to be enough athletes in each class for an A session. Much more difficult this time around. But then, I got that, like I said, we got that meet to Russia and went out there. I talked about that in the last podcast. Funnest international meet I've ever been on. Funnest.
Participated in.
The most fun I'd ever had in an international competition.
Yeah.
Then we started lifting again. How did that year go? I need to do better for this year. So I moved to California in January. We're doing the combine. Okay, I'm training for this qualifying event for my first international meet that I need to make the Olympic team.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it's in Philadelphia, and we're just getting ready for this trials meet so we can all go to Russia. We go to trials, end up canceling that like Russia trials meet. They just picked a team arbitrarily with the athletes they had ranked. So I made that team. We did Philly anyways. I went 2 for 6 at Philly. So this is my first meet with Cal Strength. We're in Philadelphia. I only make my last snatch and my last clean and jerk. Dave was pretty pissed.
I could see that.
I got a stern talking to.
What was the weight?
I wish I knew.
60s and low 200s?
My best was probably like 65 at the time, maybe. So I was probably opening at 50.
Yeah.
If I had to guess. So yeah, I think I missed 50 opener snatch. We went up like a kilo or 2 to give me some rest. Missed that, and somehow on the third attempt, I just
smoked it. Probably.
Came away with it.
Yeah.
I probably walked it out and then backwards, and then did a circle twist and pressed it 4 times. But I got my
good
third.
lift nonetheless.
Good lift. So I got the third, and then I feel terrible for the clean and jerks, and Dave yelled at me, and then I made my third clean and jerk, and
probably 85, something like that.
Yeah, it wasn't, since it was the opener. It could have been even like 80.
Yeah.
It probably was it. I probably opened at 80, missed 82, needed some more rest, like barely made 85 or something, 84, I don't know. Not good, but anyways, we qualified for Russia, and then we basically went like Team Cal Strength to Russia, had a great time. Got my first 170 snatch in Russia, my second meet with Cal Strength, and it was just like, it was so lucky. Like I said, we got off the plane at like 2 a.m., like the worst conditions for a competition ever. So I opened snatch at 150, then I take 160 second, and then we're like, shit, we might as well try 170. We put jump. 70 on for the third, and I hit it. It was nice too. It was a good 70. So I crushed it, and then then on the clean and jerks, and I missed my first competition clean ever.
Wow.
Yep. The clean.
Man.
And I've still not missed a. Have I? I don't think that's the only clean I've ever missed in competition. Wow. And I missed it, so that tells you what what flying to Russia at 2 a.m. will do to your legs.
Yeah, and hitting a 5 kilo PR.
I had no legs. Before. I think it was one. No, I opened 200, so I missed a 200.
Okay,
clean.
so it's something though.
I mean, whatever. Should have probably made it.
Yeah.
But then I think I hit my second attempt clean and jerk at 200 or whatever, 190. It might have been 95, dude. It might have been 90.
Might have been 80.
No, it wasn't 80.
Might have been 60.
Dude,
kilos.
You know what I think? I think it was 190.
Wow.
Missed the clean. Yeah, made the clean jerk on the second. Probably had a nice press in that, and then and then I missed my third attempt. But I hit a bronze medal, so I got my first bronze international medal. We're like 2.5 years in, so I was pretty stoked. I got to see the flag up.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't get to hear the national anthem because somebody else won, but You know, they put the flag up. I felt good about that. It was a good meet. That was the guy real happy.
A lot of fun.
Yeah, it was bronze overall, so it's a good day. And then I'm ready for Olympic trials now.
Yeah.
We're 2 years in. 2.5 years in. I did one meet to qualify for an international event. Went to international event, and
trials, baby.
now we're time for Olympic trials. So we bust it training for Olympic trials. I go there and hit a monster snatch. I think my first, no, wasn't my first American record. I think I hit 70 or 72 or something.
Yeah.
But that was enough to kind of keep the other 105s at bay. So we had like Donovan is there. We had Ian was there. Yeah. We had Spencer was there. So this is when I'm trading blows with the best 105s in the nation, the guys that have been running it for a while. I snatched big. I clean and jerk bad. Mm-hmm. So it was just, I was lucky that my snatch was big enough to kind of keep them conservative, and they were fighting for second place so they could make it to the Pan Ams after that, because we still didn't have a men's Olympic spot at the time. Mm-hmm. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. It was about, like, who came through? Kendrick. Right? At Pan Ams to get that. Who went to Pan Ams that year?
So
Donovan.
So we basically, the men hadn't, like, in international meets, we didn't earn. You can earn up to a full team, I think, at the time. You can earn 10 spots for a country, or maybe even, 10. I think you could earn 10 spots each country, men and women. And we had earned none. Mm-hmm. So we have to use Olympic trials as basically Pan Am's trials. And then Pan Am's, we had to go and lift well as a team and try to get an Olympic spot.
Spots, yeah.
Right, so I
remember Donovan at that.
Yeah, Donovan went.
Right? Yeah, that was,
Donovan.
He had a really good meet.
Yeah, me and Donovan went. Donovan had the best meet of his career there.
Yeah.
Me and Donovan went for 105s. Alex Lee was there. Norik Vordanian had made the team.
Yeah,
he didn't end up going. And then Kendrick. Yeah. Yeah. So we go out there. So we already lose points for a weightlifter because Norik didn't make the trip on the start list. So that set us back. And then
he just slept in. What?
I think he got hurt.
Oh.
Was what he said, but he also picked up his. I think he had an old sample retested or something from when he was on.
When he was competing for.
Or something like that. But I don't know if that was related.
Right.
But anyways, he didn't make the trip, so we lost that total for basically the team competition to get more spots. So then Alex Lee opens a bit aggressively to try to make the Olympic team, make his shot at the Olympic team, and he bombs. So then we needed a total from every weightlifter that was still to go. I think it was probably Kendrick, myself, Donovan, and Big Kane. I bet Kane was there. So we all had a total. So we all took really, really conservative openers. And I missed my opening snatch. I think we opened at 45 or 47, which is the lowest I'd opened ever for Cal Strength. And I just I don't know if I'll...
Just missed it behind? Just over,
I was pretty, I was pretty beat up. I had I had the a shoulder was kind of crappy. It just got really tight because this was really close to after the Olympic trials, which I had a
monster snatch day.
And then we just got back from that. We started training for Pan Ams. But anyways, I was a little beat up. I think I just probably ripped it, man. It just nervous, a little hurt, and I had a bad day. Yeah, it's a bad snatch day.
What'd you end up with?
I had to retake 47 on my second, and then I think we went 60 after that, and or 63. I can't even remember if I think I made it though. I think I made 63 or something. But compared to the 170, which I needed at Olympic trials to keep the 105s at bay, it's not right. That's not the same lift.
Yeah.
So anyways, we get the clean and jerk. I think I went 1 for 3. I don't know what I hit, but you know, we opened conservative. I might have went 2 for 3, but you know, put together a bad total, and it didn't really matter because Kendrick was an easy. Like Kendrick's total from trials was high enough to kind of propel him into the Olympics in the first spot.
Yeah.
So if we had gotten 2 spots, then I would have needed that
more.
total to try to get the second Olympic spot. But you know, we didn't get it, so it didn't end up mattering. I got the total, which got Kendrick
Still
his
got the spot.
and
yeah.
like you know, it probably worked out like it should have. I like me now doesn't I don't think that me then probably like deserved it, you know. Like I wasn't that, I hadn't put in the work, I hadn't been in the sport, I didn't know enough, and you know, I just I'm kind of glad it happened like it did, and it kept me pretty motivated too through this quad.
Sure.
So you know, I think it happened how it was supposed to. Like I get to make a run and know what that feels like, and start knocking off these 105s that you know, had been doing it and winning for a long time, and it just kind of gave me momentum going into this quad.
Yeah.
Just a little bit hungry.
Yeah.
Like knowing what I need to do to make it out here to the Olympics. So yeah, and then I you know, did this last quad here, and now the Olympics is delayed, and people
got another
getting
year.
Coronavirus, and we're trying to get ready.
Yeah.
Yeah, weird times.
Yeah.
Was that a good story?
That was a great story, man. I was captivated the entire time. Speaking of the Olympics, we've been doing some vlog and some training videos on the YouTubes. If you want to check those out, we've been going through all of our training. West Kits YouTube channel.
We've been talking about we've actually been doing
Training mostly, but
vlogs. We sit down and
yeah, we just talk about the week of training.
Yeah, just journaling.
It is just journaling. It's
Just
a good
journaling out loud.
reflection. Yeah.
And then we
check
edit.
this out if you're interested.
Yeah, we edit those little training videos too.
They're funny.
Sometimes they're funny. We
get a little delirious, a little slap happy when we're really tired, and it makes training really enjoyable to watch after the fact.
we got so
Really
stupid.
hard.
We got so
It wasn't
stupid,
that
man.
bad. It could get a lot worse, and I'm sure it will probably
I don't know.
next accumulation.
And then now we don't even know what we're doing. We don't know when what's gonna happen with my schedule.
well,
But Dave's thinking
neither
we need
does
some
the
time
USA
off.
weightlifting. Yeah, I think that's probably
Just a little bit of resting.
that's scary. Honestly, time off is scarier than like a really hard cycle.
Well, you just don't know what's gonna happen when you get back.
Yeah, it's that fear of losing what you've worked so hard to get.
Yeah.
When realistically,
It doesn't really go away. It's just
not
scary.
going to go anywhere. It might hide for a little bit, but you know, you'll get back to where
You know what's weird is when you take a light week or an off week and then you come back so tight and hurty.
Yeah.
You feel like
We've
all you
been
need
experiencing a lot of that.
you feel like all you need is a week off.
Just a week to get this to stop hurting and to like, you know, have something feel a little better, but it never works like that.
It doesn't work. You just get tighter and you hurt more.
And for some reason, I don't know about you, but my body felt the best during our hardest week of training.
I think I absolutely agree.
Yeah.
It was like by that 4th week, it was like our bodies knew it was our last week, and they're like,
we don't gotta hold on that much
just,
longer.
Yeah, like for our soreness, they're like, let's just kick this shit down the road.
Yeah, let's just,
Like,
dude,
we don't need
we
to be
got a week
sore.
left.
Right, just kick this down the road. We'll worry about it next week. And
that's this week.
that's right now.
And yeah, I'm worrying about it.
Dude,
it's rough.
it's like everything that was supposed to be getting tight and beat up is just now.
Finally, like, yeah.
It's like
Yes.
rigor mortis.
It's not, but I get it. Yeah. We're alive, so kind of.
Right.
It's like, yeah.
What do you think it's like?
It's like what you expect to feel when you do a lot of
What?
inactivity. You know, you just been sitting for.
But we worked out every day.
Yeah, my hips are tight, my rack is tight, my back hurts, and we've been doing
Your
as
boobs are
little training as you know we're supposed to on a deload. So, I guess rigor mortis. Yeah, it feels like I've died.
Well, I think it's time.
Is it
for
show and tell time?
Our next segment.
Is it brown bag?
What
What are we calling it?
show and tell.
Show and tell.
That's
Time for show and
I don't know
tell.
about
Cue the show and tell song.
Yeah.
All right.
And
So today,
what are we doing?
well, you grabbed it. It was your week. What are we doing? You grabbed a few things.
Yeah, well, I was just getting ready. You know, I was really
I think
excited
we have a lot of options.
about this show and tell.
Go with your gut.
So I brought some craft beers.
Oh, some beers.
Some craft beers.
Oh, craft ones.
Craft ones.
Yes.
So maybe we can sample
Yeah.
these
What
craft beers I brought.
What's it called? Let's get the beers.
They are they're IPAs.
Big fan.
Yes, there's a hazy, I know for sure.
Okay.
Which
Not my thing. People really like hazies.
I really like hazies.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
So this will be a good review. We'll
If we could get if
guy
we get
here
2
says-
cups as well.
What's the guy that helps out? What's that guy's name?
Helpy Helperson. Oh, Firestone Walker. Okay. There's a Firestone in Sacramento. I used to live
Is
there.
there?
Yeah. It's awesome. They have great beer.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah. We can
Is there a
Shout
punch
out.
on your side?
it looks like
Dude, let's save the hazy for last. That's my
Okay.
favorite.
well, for starters, the box is way too complex. I don't understand how we get into this guy.
I'm just gonna go in the top.
Okay, strong hobo style. Rip it.
My elbow's too tight.
Yeah. It's rigor mortis.
Oh, clunk clunk.
Okay.
What's that?
So this one we're gonna do first. This is the Firestone Union Jack West Coast style IPA. This one looks pretty cool. I like the can art. These are really cool cans.
Yeah, there. Oh, that's the one you have.
Yeah. So
Find that other one, Jake.
which one? The fourth one. Yeah. If you guys like beer, we're gonna go over some IPAs here. Yeah. Right off the bat, the box
I think it's
is
it, right?
like-
All right, you can take the box, Chevolito.
Thanks, Chevy.
Thanks, big
The
guy.
box is
Looks pretty cool. Right?
really hard to navigate. It's very stiff cardboard.
It is stiff cardboard.
Right? Okay.
Make sure you get in a good lever position if you're gonna do
All
these.
right. So we got the Union Jack West Coast style IPA. Chevy's hooking it up with a nice presentation.
Just a little bit ahead, please.
Just a little bit
Camera
ahead,
dude.
he says. I'm all ahead.
Can we say the camera dude's name?
That's Adam.
Yeah, Adam.
Adam's our Jamie.
Jamie?
Yeah.
Jamie
If
Foxx.
you're like really, we just want to be Joe Rogan so bad.
Yeah. I'd love to talk to John Carmack for 2.5 hours. That's the coolest thing.
Yeah, you like that Doom game.
Yeah. Oh, Doom.
Is it Doom 3?
No, it's called Doom Eternal.
Is that an old one?
It's the brand new one.
Oh,
Although
shoot.
Doom 2016 is equally as badass. It's if you're not into Doom, or if you remember what Doom was like when you were playing your parents' computer back in
it
the
smells
early
delicious.
90s, it's way cooler now. You got to check it out. We're gonna do these beers. Cheers in the muscle milk class.
What is this one?
This is Union Jack West Coast style IPA.
Would you even save some?
It's a whole box.
It's delicious.
It's I don't know what a West Coast style IPA is, but it's very like it's lighter.
Can I see it? The can?
It's I don't want to say crispy because that's embarrassing to describe a beer like that. Like
I don't
it's
know
a
how to
Bud
talk
Light,
about beer.
but it's good. If you like IPAs, it's a general IPA. It's not too hoppy.
It's light though. It's not super like.
As a patriot, I'm not really into anything that's the UK.
You know what I like?
So
it
if
says,
it were an American flag IPA,
it says beer before glory on the thing. It's pretty cool. It's
That
like
is cool.
The death before glory thing. Is that what it was?
yeah. But if you
It's,
go beer before glory, that's
It's 7%, which is not a super strong IPA.
oh
but
cool. So by the time we get to Ask a Meathead, we'll be trashed
I hope
because I
not.
haven't eaten in a few hours.
It's
So.
refreshing though.
Yeah.
We were weightlifting today.
So it's good. Yeah, it's very refreshing.
It doesn't. I was gonna use the can to say
It's
some
got,
cool stuff about
an,
what's in there. but,
Oki afterbirth.
a what after birth?
Oki. I took one wine class once. It's got a buttery tannins. Pretty sure that's the thing.
Afterbirth.
An Oki afterbirth. Yeah, it's pretty good. Are we gonna get just?
Do you taste wines like the reproductive cycle?
Yeah. Do you not?
Like you start from conception and you go to afterbirth?
Yeah. No, I start from foreplay. Are we gonna get roasted if we just pour into the same glass?
No.
Okay, cool. All right, up
the
next.
hazy's for last. It's my favorite.
Oh, that one. Yo, you've had this?
Let's do Flyjack.
Okay, first of all, this is a cool can. Very retro. Not that it really matters because it's a beer, and if you really care about your can art, then you don't have enough going on in your life.
It's got like a highway sign there, and then it says
Yeah, it's cool.
Flyjack
It's
96.
It's retro. This is apparently only 96 calories, which
Oh, it's a light IPA.
right off the bat, not into it. TBH.
It's not.
I'm going for max calories.
It's not manly to talk about how many calories your beer has.
No, never.
It's not. And also, I think
Unless it's like my beer has 7,000 calories, like it's a gainer beer. You're just like, if you don't drink this, you're a pussy. Train and then have this 7,000 calorie beer.
like a Bud Super Heavy.
That's a perfect name. Is super heavy.
Super heavy beer.
All right, so
Yeah,
right
see,
off
it's
the
only-
bat,
it's like-
it
it's
smells
four-
like muscle milk.
Does it?
I think it's my cup. Right off the bat, it's old protein.
No, is that the foreplay?
Yes, exactly.
It's got a rotten protein foreplay.
Now, coitus. It's lovely.
It's like it tastes like a light beer. Like it really.
Okay, but I've had light beer, and it's not bad. You
It's
know
like
what? It doesn't
flat-
even taste like light beer. It tastes like someone poured water into...
It's like flat Sprite.
Yeah, like they put 3/4 of beer into that, and then they topped it off with tap water.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
dirty beer the next day, or like beer pong
Yeah, a little
beer.
skunky. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you're a frat bro, Flyjack Firestone, you're going to love it.
It says like it says hazy on it, but it's not. It's not a hazy.
Hazy IPA.
It's gross.
It is hazy, though.
It would look bad in a cup. Like if you had a glass cup and you got this poured for you, nobody's gonna be impressed. It's like it's very yellow. It's kind of pissy.
Yeah, but then you hit them with the, it only has 96 calories.
And then
They're really not
they make fun
impressed.
of you.
And then they turn around.
yeah,
and just walk away.
that's how you go home by yourself. Your friends won't even go home with you.
Yeah, that's how you guarantee you're not getting no Okie afterbirth.
Just way down the road.
Yeah. Goodbye.
I'm gonna crush this one because it sucks, and
Yeah,
we
it's
can
not
move
great. Next week, I'm going to bring beer.
Not again. This is like I don't
This
know.
one looks really good, actually.
It's a nice Hawaii theme.
Citra. Single hop hazy IPA. Again
need
with the
to,
hazy. Can someone explain to me what's up with hazy? I
Needs
don't
to taste some coffee. After
cleanse
that,
your palate,
after
sir.
that girl beer. Something a little more.
Oh, should I open those directly into the mic so we can ASMR?
What's that?
Do you know what that is?
No.
Okay, ASMR. We're gonna have to look up the exact definition because I'm not sure.
Dude, I'll just do it on.
But
his
it's
iPad.
like high definition audio, and it's supposed to
That's,
recreate like
Dude, that's Joe Rogan's website. I was gonna.
no, but it's like tapping
was gonna
sounds and
apply.
whispering, like not that.
that should have been in the mic.
I know.
ASMR.
I'm gonna give you an example of ASMR. So just imagine that you're at the spa, and we're just gonna give you a nice facial here. It's a lot of tapping, and you just whisper, and it's supposed to make you feel all tingly. Are you tingly? So I've only heard of ASMR.
Get it, dude. I just think you're weird now. I want to hang out with you.
No.
Do it on his mic.
It's only
Oh, because you don't get what my mic is. I am hard as a rock, actually. So it worked on me. Okay, the definition of ASMR: autonomous sensory meridian response, sometimes autosensory meridian response, is a tingling sensation that typically begins on the scalp, moves down the back of the neck and the upper spine. A pleasant form of paresthesia.
The chills.
Yeah, it's the chills. So it's just like high definition audio that makes you feel good, I guess. It's used for like anxiety. I've only seen it used in the context of porn, and not personally, but like
To completion?
it's a joke. Yeah, it's a joke on the internet. Like your ASMR it's weird shit. I don't
Dude,
know.
everyone else probably knows except me. I think like
I mean, that could be true.
if anyone hears that part, they're gonna be following you. Just except me.
Yeah,
I just,
I'm
I'm
a
not
little
sure.
into what I just did into the mic there. That was nice and tingly. I might request that sound bite. But yeah,
It seems
ASMR.
dumb, dude.
Yeah, it's
That was a really bad.
someone just showed it to me the other day.
Everybody
so-
just stopped listening.
and I haven't left my room until just now.
Are terrible.
Okay,
look
we're
at
on
this.
this one. Propagator. I guess I can stop talking about the can art. That's kind of my go-to right away.
What was the smell?
It's a grapefruit citrus hazy IPA. Hazy.
Grapefruit tastes terrible.
You not a grapefruit, even in beer?
Grapefruit's the shittiest fruit.
You might be right. Hold on, let me think. Durian.
Oh, I've heard about that. I've never tried it.
Ass fruit, aka ass fruit.
But people eat it. Like it's
He has to. What difference does it make? It's not very grapefruity.
It's an acquired taste.
Yes. That's not bad. I mean,
I like it.
I feel like we're not giving the beer its best shot
It's
coming
almost
out of the muscle milk.
dude. It's as light as the Fly Jack though.
Okay, I wasn't sure if it was. It's just me. Were all these really weak IPAs?
Well, the first one was I was fine with the first one, but this one is like it's not great right now because this is such a like a manly thing that we're doing that this kind of ruins that vibe.
Right.
I think it's so
Yeah.
light and
It is very
refreshing.
light. It's like a
But
summer beer.
if we were chilling on the beach right now and we had this beer, if this was the beach podcast,
I don't know. I
we're
chill
on
on
the
the beach
beach.
pretty manly.
like a hot beach, not a Northern California beach.
Are they not hot?
No, they're pretty chill, pretty cold. You got a nice
Compared to-
breeze.
Oh, okay.
The water's all cold out here.
True.
I wonder, do you think Californians know that the water doesn't have to be freezing cold?
I think every person who grew up in California has been to Hawaii.
The beach water
Proven
is
fact.
warm in Florida.
Hmm.
It should be more expensive to use that beach.
Only East Coast beach I've been to was in Boston, and the water was black,
Oh.
and there were like syringes in the sand. It was pretty.
You know what's
messed up.
weird is that water probably runs right down into Florida water where people actually get in.
Yeah.
So maybe that's why California's so into themselves.
Would you say that they are? I don't know. I'm pretty neutral. I've
Dude.
been all over.
I don't know.
As a 10 season.
Either way,
you-
this is a hot beach beer
Okay, sure. Yeah.
or a hot lake day beer.
It's a lake day beer. I
But
can
if
see
you
that.
bring IPAs to the lake, your like your redneck buddies are gonna definitely make fun of you.
What is it? A Coors is kind of your more
Or
appropriate.
you bring a Bud Heavy, you'll be cool.
Natty Ice.
Oh, if you're really drinking,
Okay.
like if you're gonna drink a lot,
Rolling Rock.
Like, I don't know about that one,
The green can.
dude.
Dude, Rolling Rock. Okay, next week I'm bringing Rolling Rock.
We're not
a
doing
30
beer
rack.
next
Okay.
week,
One of these days.
dude.
We'll get you onto Rolling Rock.
I
'cause
brought for my 3 show and tells today. I brought caffeine and kilos, and I brought spicy taquitos.
So an upper, a downer, and a diarrhea man.
So
I'll use that as a guide for next
yeah.
week.
Well, you have some things now. Like you didn't. It was your idea, but you didn't step up.
I really wasn't sure. I was just kind of envisioning that we were going to be unboxing like a bark box or something. I don't know why it went there, but I'm sure anyone who listens
You know
to
what would
us
be really
has
cool
pets.
is if people started sending us stuff, and then we show and tell their
I
stuff.
think that'd be awesome. Free shirts.
Like
We just talked about how cool
Like-
that feels.
send us like your like your workout gear, and we'll try it on and tell you what we
Wash
think
it
about
first.
it. Don't wash it.
This one smells like cornflakes. What is that?
What are we on?
This citrus IPA. Yeah, it's not great. Okay.
It's the lake.
Okay,
Dude.
next. The last one, Wes's favorite, Mind Haze IPA. Mind Haze. What is it, absinthe?
Oh.
That'd be great. Okay, ASMR style. I won't get beer into your mic, but... Makes me feel
you're
all
right.
funny.
I didn't
Like
know
when
what
we
that
used to
was.
climb the gym or climb the rope in gym class. All right. All of them are hazies.
Are they all?
I think so.
Just two.
This one is too.
Yeah, this one is
Called
called
Mind
the Hazy
Haze.
Mind.
I gave you a lot less than I gave you.
You must be thirsty.
Too late now. So again, I'm picking up a lot of old protein. This is the overarching theme of this pack. Nice afterbirth.
What's the part called where you finished but she hasn't yet? And you're pretending like you didn't do it, but you did?
You mean every time? That's just called sex in my book.
That part's really delicious on this one.
Yeah.
Like the end where you're lying about it, though.
Oh, I see.
Like
Yeah.
where she asks you and you're like,
Yeah,
no, I haven't yet.
It's very hoppy.
That part's really happy.
Yeah, a lot of carbonation in that.
I love this. I don't know what to...
Yeah, I'd say from best to worst, I'm going to go with the Union Jack, the Mind Haze, the Propagator, and then the Bitch Beer. Can I say that?
That's exactly right, Jake.
Yeah.
The Union Jack, like if you want to do an IPA,
Go with
that's
that.
definitely number one. But if you want
Yeah.
to do a hazy, because in a glass, when you pour a hazy, it looks all cool, and you
Yeah.
can really impress people.
You can.
Yeah, you can be like, look, what
To
I'm
your
drinking,
friends, like,
it's a hazy.
I have culture.
Right. You like
Because of the opaqueness of
you
my
can
beer.
demonstrate that you're better than them. when you
Exactly.
Get
Which-
a hazy.
That's life, honestly.
It's important.
It's just demonstrating how you're better than your
Oh,
peers.
my knees hurt. This table sucks for this.
Yeah.
My knees
Kind
feel
of.
terrible. It's combo this week off, comboed with this table has like it's like a foot tall, and you can't get your legs
Yeah,
under
your
it.
knee doesn't really fit under the table, but love the backdrop. So
You know what's cool about this table?
we're in between a rock and a hard place.
This table was the first thing Dave bought for the weightlifting team he started with the Bulgarians. This is the first thing he did when he was
Bought a table.
embarking on his weightlifting journey. No, this was
It's a
the center
platform,
of the platform that
Oh,
they made
yeah.
for the Bulgarian weightlifting. The Bulgarians were like, this is how you make a proper platform. Dave puts this together, and then it was in use at Cal Strength until the remodel.
You know, I'd be really excited to get Dave to just talk on this thing.
On
'Cause I
the
think he's got so much on the
on
strong,
our podcast.
strong hobos.
We should set something up that if your mom and Chevy's mom does it, then Dave has to be on the podcast.
Yeah,
Like if your
guaranteed.
moms
My
can
mom.
get 1,000 likes on podcast,
She just has to go to the church group. All these, Koreans.
If your moms
love
can get
supporting
1,000
one another.
views on Instagram
Done.
of this one, then maybe Dave has to be on next week.
I think Dave does have to be on, and he has to do a Q&A. But until then, we have a little Q&A. Our new segment. The new segment for the new show, Ask a Meathead.
Ask a meathead.
So most of these questions are coming from your website, westkits.com.
Which is where you need to go to ask questions.
Yeah.
What do you think about this first one?
Read it out loud. What do we got?
Okay, this one's from Kyle.
Hey, Kyle.
Kyle says, "What's up, Wes? I'm coming off a college football career, and I've been working a lot on my overhead for snatch. Is there anything in particular you did after your football career to help you with your overhead in the snatch?"
I think Kyle just needs to listen to this episode because I think you talked a lot about some of the things you did post football.
Yeah, so I gave like I kind of just told a story though. When I got out of football, I was inappropriately tight for weightlifting. It was, I just had like everything just looked hard and unathletic and like muscly. Like I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't really I just knew that my overhead was bad. I could barely do an overhead squat. So one of the things I did was like I did some PVC pass-throughs. I worked on my hip flexors. You just have to.
Did you ever get into ROMWAD?
No, I never did ROMWAD.
Yeah, me neither.
They sponsor USAW. We have a free ROMWAD thing, which is kind of cool.
We should probably do that.
I need to download it. Anyways, my pecs were just way too tight, so I gave up bench press, so basically my best bench press ever is 405. The day I did it was the last day I did a bench press
That's
workout.
a good way to end it.
Dude, I like it. In hindsight, that was like a pretty awesome thing I did.
Yeah.
I hit that and I was like, I'm never benching again. I'm just going to be a weightlifter now and get better at that. So I gave up bench press, started stretching my pecs, putting the lacrosse ball in there. Holy shit, Jake, be careful. Put the lacrosse ball in there. Just started working it out, dude.
Mobility.
Every day, just trying to stretch out the pecs, stretch out the traps, the lats. Everything was too tight.
That's the first thing to go for me for training.
Yeah.
I can usually keep the nutrition pretty good. Training is obviously always priority. Mobility work.
Yeah, because it's an extension of the program. So you get to the gym and you warm up. So you're stretching, doing mobility. You do your gym workout, and really you should cool down, stretch. And so you've already done 30 minutes to an hour warm up. You did a 2 to 3 hour workout, and now you're gonna do another hour in the gym, 30 minutes in the gym. I just want to walk out of the gym, go home, and eat. I'm starving.
Yeah, it's so easy to just go I'll do it tonight. I'll do it before bed. I'll do it later.
You just keep kicking it down the road.
Never do that.
You never
end up doing it.
So it's just super important. Especially if you're new, especially if you've been doing football, you haven't been weightlifting that long, you have to get to it, you know? And like I said, the biggest things, do the pecs. You got to get right in the pec as it goes into the armpit. Get that with a lacrosse ball. Get the lat. You can get it with a foam roller, and then get the trap again with a lacrosse ball just buried in that thing. Start moving your arm around. Get that overhead position down.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Dude, you pulled one up on your phone, huh?
I pulled a whole bunch on my phone, but
just pick one.
Let's just find one really good one.
One good one.
There's a KMF, which I guess we don't need to do that. Let's see.
My next question's great. It's from Danny Lear from
Lear?
Caffeine and Kilos.
Oh man, I can't wait to hear what he has to say.
Yeah, but next is your question. If you found one that's not sarcastic.
Okay, I got one. Who's the GOAT? Let's go weightlifting GOAT.
And we're gonna Michael Jordan.
Right, exactly. Weightlifting specifically though, and you can't pick Lasha. I'm gonna say Chigachev, Russian super. He was never the Olympic. I don't think he's ever won an Olympic gold. He always lost to Razazadeh. But for him to be in there, still be in the mix, snatching, 211, weighing only 125 when some of his competitors were 175.
Well, he was a 105, right?
He was a super.
But didn't he go up to that weight
You're thinking
on a
of
short
Lapikov, I'm pretty sure. I think I'm sure he was a 105 at one point in his career, but his heyday was always as a super.
I was thinking somebody that was a 105 that just did a super competition, didn't cut and just did it just to. What you said?
But we're talking about the GOAT.
Okay.
Chigachev. The man grinds.
Did you know who I like? Marcin Dolega.
The pole.
Dude.
Yeah, he's awesome.
So, his 201 snatch was one of the. That was the first weightlifting big snatch that I that I remember watching, and just just, I don't know, dude. Even at that time, I don't think I'd even clean and jerk 201. So, like, seeing that, like, that kind of, like, that snatch just in my mind is iconic. And that was huge. And that dude was a 105.
I know Simon Kalecki, his dad, he's another pole. He was a 94. His dad put a whole series of their training videos on YouTube. And they're awesome. And that 201 is in there. Yeah. But just watching how
it's in like a gym.
It's in like a gymnasium.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like
he jumps back.
I used to watch those every day. Yeah.
I have
but
no
that's
idea.
like early 2000s weightlifting. That shit was so cool. Like you just know the look of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a good one. He wasn't a clean and jerker. He was a great snatcher.
He was definitely a snatcher.
But that snatch just like, I don't know.
That overhead position. He went collar to collar, which was like, for a taller guy, I think that's cool to see.
Yeah, he's a big old dude. He was tall, right? Like 6'2"?
I don't know, but
6'1", 6'2"?
I would assume. I don't know his exact height.
He was a long dude.
Long boy. Long legs. All right, what's Danny have to say?
So Danny Lear, he owns Caffeine and Kilos. You guys might shop there. They're one of my sponsors, and Danny's a good buddy of mine.
Caffeine and Kilos. C&K, awesome.
Yep.
Love him.
So he asked, with the Olympics being moved to 2021, are you excited to be in California for another year?
Well, the beer's really good.
So I actually had some plans. I was going to move back to Tennessee after the Olympics. I promised my wife we'd come out for 4 years, do some weightlifting, and then we'd get on back to Tennessee where all our friends and family are, and actually start our own family. So now that the coronavirus has moved the Olympics back a year,
full year,
I'm probably going to be out here in California training another year. And it's bittersweet. Like the fact that my time in California was coming to an end was pretty, it's pretty sad. Like I've developed a really deep friendship with Dave. I love the gym. I love Rob. I love you guys. Like training here is awesome. I don't think there's a better place to be a weightlifter in the whole world than California Strength. So, I don't want to leave, but again, there's more things to be done, and promises
you got a job to do
to keep. So
for sure.
Bittersweet. I was excited to go home, but being stuck at the best gym on the planet is not a bad thing either. So bittersweet for sure.
Yeah. Whoa. Oh, we got a big paragraph.
Jake,
we should just get to that one.
Jake, read that one to me, man.
Oh, wait, this one's also from Kyle.
Kyle
asking multiple questions. We appreciate it, though, actually.
Yeah,
we like
Kyle.
when you guys write in, and he's got a long blurb here for us to read. I'm going to read this one off, the whole
read
thing.
The smiley face, too, if you can dissect that.
What are you insinuating, Kyle? All right, from Kyle. What's up, Wes? We actually met at Cal Strength last year.
You sound like an idiot right now.
This is what Kyle sounds like. Don't you insult.
Why are you reading in that voice?
Because he used an exclamation point. Like, that's how I would read an exclamation point.
Just read it like Jake reads. Not the narrator.
Man, it might be the same.
The narrator in your head. Like if you
All
were
right.
just talking to me and you're Kyle.
I'd be doing this.
So,
I just want to say, if I was just talking to you. All right, I just want to say I appreciate what you have done for the sport and what you have done for me specifically, meaning Kyle and me, Jake. I played college football at a small school, Colorado Mesa University. Things didn't really pan out for me super well there. Decided to give up football. I'm now working my ass off in weightlifting. I like where this is going. A big part of why I chose this path is because I saw what you have been able to do and what you have accomplished, and it motivates the F out of me. Blur it. My question is, what were your numbers when you first got done playing football? Love to compare and try to beat what you did your first year of really training in Oli lifting. Maybe beat you on the international stage one day. Smiley face. That's where the smiley face was. Damn. Also, if you guys are down, my girlfriend's parents live near Cal Strength. We visit every now and again. When all the corona stuff is over, I would love to come train with you guys. I think I could push you guys, and I think you guys would help make me better, which, absolutely. Kyle's firing shots on you, bro. He's like, what are your best numbers? Also, you're a bitch, and I'm going to out-total you one day.
Man, hey.
Honestly, like, if you if you're going to be good at something, you have to have that confidence in yourself.
Yeah.
And not to, I obviously don't know Kyle, but
Yeah,
like,
as long as you don't think you can beat me.
at what? Because we can do a Super Smash Brothers episode and I'll destroy you.
Oh, I'm just kidding. No, you're right, man. Like, if you don't think you can take down the top dog, like, go
Why are you
ahead
doing
and quit.
this? Yeah.
What are you doing?
If you don't, I mean, I think that's a very
I would
relatable thing.
I would tear
Was there
you
a
down.
question in there?
Yeah, I would tear you down every day if you didn't think that you could eventually hit the numbers I'm at.
Oh yeah,
Like, I would just wear you out. Like,
Yeah.
you wouldn't be
Why
you
would
wouldn't
I
be able
be
to lift
here?
here.
No,
Exactly.
Why would I
Like,
be
and
here?
same for Kyle. Like, if Kyle doesn't think he can cut it, man, just
The
move
thing
on,
is,
you know what I
Kyle's
mean?
a 69.
No, it's not.
I don't know.
But you should feel like that's how you should feel. That's the right way. Like,
yeah, that is kind of the right mindset.
as a weightlifter, you need to look at whoever's on top and be like, I'm gonna take him out.
Yeah, unless you're
Like-
super. Because Lush is pretty fucking good.
Not you. You start with your like U.S. Start in the US,
Immediate. Yeah, okay.
right? Then you can worry about the world's
And
list.
who's the best super? Kane.
That's a whole.
Kane's really
that's a whole
good,
nother
too.
level. But yeah, I mean, like, I can't tell you how much the American records motivated me to hit those numbers. You know, when you have a chance to like put your name on something, like, dude, it's such a important part.
You'll
your
always have that
career.
record, too, because they changed the weight classes, and you were the last one to be that 105 snatch record.
Yeah, I was talking about the 105. So that's a pretty cool thing but you know what? I never did that clean and jerk as a 105,
That's true.
and
But
that
the total.
sucks.
The total. Though.
Didn't get it. All I had in 105s was the snatch record.
Okay.
Yep, your other Wesley had the
Barnett.
Wes Barnett had the total
Legend.
and the clean and jerk. So but those are locked in. So it's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
that
you
is
know,
cool.
That, and knowing that those numbers are done is such a it's a big motivator. And even like when we moved to 109s, they set some numbers in that they basically took the biggest ones in history and they added one to them, and they said this is a new
That's
number
what
for
you
the
need.
109s.
Yep.
Go get it. And I think it might have been probably my second meet as a 109. I get the clean and jerk in the total record,
Yeah.
which
That's pretty badass.
awesome.
Yeah.
But I want to improve on them. I
Of
want
course.
I don't know. You just have to have that fire, that motivation to fight, to beat the people in front of you. And even if it's the best that's ever been put up, you have to feel like you can do it.
Yeah. What was
Get
his
to that question.
Okay. Yeah. What were your numbers when you first got done playing football?
Dude, I don't know. When I was playing ball, I cleaned like 365 when I was still a football player.
Clean or power clean? You actually did full cleans?
Yeah, it was a full clean, but I'm sure it was gross. We didn't have like camera phones for everything then, so I don't know what it looked like, but yeah, I did 365 as a football player, and actually I got my the school record for the clean. I did
Nice.
I think as a sophomore or a redshirt sophomore, but right after that, before let's see, what did I do I think right after that, I think I clean and jerked like 375 and thought that'd be the most I'd ever do. I felt like
It's a big number.
I felt like a pretty badass.
That is very cool.
And I probably I probably snatched less than 300. My first
So there you go, Kyle. 137, 175.
Kyle's already been practicing, so it doesn't
Kyle's
count.
probably muscle snatching 137 right now.
Bro,
I don't know. He might be. Who are we to say?
whatever, Kyle needs to keep it up. And if he's not going for my numbers, then he should just move it on.
Man, that's a big one, too. We got this one from Joseph Fuino. Hey, big fella. That's a great intro.
I'm just talking to you.
Yeah, maybe. I've been following Cal Strength online programming for the last year, and it's had a huge impact on my weightlifting since I'm able to be so consistent with training due to getting out of the Marines. Thank you for your service.
For sure.
And field ops and deployments and other trainings there made it really hard for development in the sport. To get to the point, I'm still struggling with the snatch a ton. Bar gets away from me a lot in the second pull. I'm always jumping forward. Very relatable. I think a lot of people do that.
Yep.
He's strong enough to pull, but there's a lack of confidence to get under it. Question: what are some things that have helped your snatch technique out and built confidence in getting under heavy weights? Also love the YouTube content. You guys are killing it. Thank you. Yeah, the YouTube we're very proud of.
Kyle also asked us if he could come work out here when he visits his girlfriend's parents.
Yeah, she lives close by. I think
Dude, the gym is wide open to everybody, so it would be super awesome. Come and train with us. You can do Max Out Friday. We can hang out. Dave likes to help drop-ins if he's around. So just you're more than welcome.
Yeah.
So now Scott. Now on to Joe, right?
Yeah, Joe wants to know just building confidence in the snatch.
The snatch is it's really fun, but it's also like it's a puzzle, you know.
It is.
The snatch you're not just good at it. There's so many ways to attack the snatch to improve.
Like I feel like I've had multiple times where I understand the snatch, and the next day I have no idea what I'm doing, and that's happened at least 50 times.
And it makes it fun because it's not just you can't just grunt it out, be strong, and like yell and rip at it. You have to be precise too, and you have to practice. The best thing you can do for your snatch is drill the positions. Start from the floor with a good position, go to the knee, pause, go to the power position, pause. And you have to know what these should be inside and out. And then you can start looking at your movement and maybe working on it. You know, if you don't really know what it's supposed to look like, then there's no way to address it. You know, if you don't know where you're supposed to be at the knee, how are you going to coach yourself? How are you going to improve?
Right.
So, you know, the first thing is you got to know what those positions look like. And you have to develop fundamentals. You know, it's just like any sport. There's fundamentals that make the sport easier. Yeah. You know, if you know what a snatch is supposed to be, you can at least watch a video and try to help yourself. Or you can, like, feel your way through it. So, you know, the first things I would do is just learn the positions, work on keeping the bar path straight, and going straight up with it. The biggest mistake I see is people just leaning way, way back, trying to just launch it overhead. And it's a drive. Like, you're pushing with the legs, and then you drive it overhead. And the whole thing's supposed to be a nice straight line with a arch as you turn it over. So try to get that snatch pull straight. Learn it inside and out, and watch yourself.
Yeah, one thing with building confidence is like when we do the lifts from these different positions, like we just did some snatches the other day from the high hang or from that power position. You know, we worked up to almost 90%. I know Chevy and I had some attempts at 90%, and if you're doing 90% at a positional lift, which is hypothetically harder than just going from the ground, you know, that'll give you some big confidence going like, I know I can snatch 150 from here, so from the ground I'm gonna smoke it.
So maybe Joe could do some high hang snatch to work on his confidence.
I would start there, high hang, and then just move it down.
For sure.
Yeah.
Dude, how many questions?
Maybe let's do one more. You got a lot.
Dude, and how do you know
for those unanswered questions, we're just gonna answer them in the blog.
Oh yeah.
Right? And on the same website, we got the blog going, westkits.com, and we'll go through. Oh no, I got a good one. We'll go through the rest of these questions. The last one is coming from Jeff Chen, and I like this guy already. Greatest poop story, which I have one already loaded. What do you got,
dude? I'm trying to remember an accident that I've had recently. Because the last time I shit my pants, I was in 7th grade. So I've not had a full blown shit attack in a while. So I'm doing pretty good as an adult so far.
Okay, yeah, mine's not from adulthood.
So why don't you go first, and then I'll try to think of a good poop story.
Mine, when I was in maybe 4th or 5th grade, I would walk home from school because we were only a mile and a half where I grew up. It was an easy walk. And I remember one day trying to impress a girl at lunch. I ate at least 6 trays of Frito pie. And Frito pie in my public school was a tray, like a French fry tray, with a bed of Fritos. And then the worst fucking chili just slathered on top. So this was probably out of a can. It had probably been, on the burner for several hours before it was served to 4th or 5th grade me.
What'd she think?
But I hit it that night. I don't think I ever talked to her again. I don't remember. But in order to impress this girl, I had 6 Frito pies at lunch. And when you're in elementary school, I don't know if you guys remember this, you have lunch at like 10:30 for some reason. And then you're in school until 3:30. So this shit had about, 5 hours to brew. I needed to walk home. And I didn't want to use a public restroom. So by the end of the day, I obviously had to go blast it. But I was going to wait till I got home. So walking home, I have this feeling, this nervous emergency that I really have to go. And if you really have to go, like if you had to hold your urine for a drug test or something, your body starts doing things. Because you go into fight or flight. And your pupils dilate. And you start salivating. And the hairs stand up on the back of your neck because you have to shit so bad. I remember going through this whole walk, which was probably only 15 to 20 minutes. Probably not that long. And just being nervous, like shaking, because I was going to lose it. I considered shitting in the bushes off the sidewalk, but I wasn't comfortable enough with myself at the time. That would have been a first for me.
Right.
So I finally get home, and I have my house key, and just from the sheer adrenaline of like shaking to try to put the key in the door, and I drop the key and just shit my little 5th grade pants like a grown adult man size shit right there at my doorstep. Like, I think just dropped the key and then
technical difficulties.
Just dropped the key and just felt defeat and then just shitting right there in front of my door. So, yeah, that's my greatest poop story. And that shaped the rest of my life from that point forward. I shit in public all the time now. So it's a positive.
That's great that you've overcome the public
all
shitting.
that adversity.
Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah, I think I took my pants off and threw them in the garbage outside and then took a shower.
That's good. I didn't. I guess I've told my 7th grade story because
7th, yeah, a little older.
I didn't come up with anything. So we're at the beach, and I just started learning to eat seafood, and the only thing that I really liked was crab legs. And even to this day, when I eat crab legs, I have to shit like 15 minutes later. Like, it's not like I have to be allergic to crab legs, but they're delicious.
Worth it.
Anyways, like my family was like they're like a cook and eat in kind of family. So we use the grocery store when we go to the beach and like buy food to like cook and stuff. Yeah. So after we'd done our like eat out night, we have to go to the grocery store. Mom wants to go to the grocery store. We always joke that she goes up and down every aisle because it always takes so long when she goes to the grocery store. So anyways, we go to the grocery store. Now between when we park and when she gets done shopping, I have an emergency shit to take. And in 7th grade, much like you, I would rather not shit in public.
Yeah.
I'm just a little dude, like I'm not confident about my
What other moves
my
do you
body
have?
yet.
No way.
Yeah, so I don't want to go shit in the Kroger's, or Piggly Wiggly's or whatever it was. Like, I didn't want to. So I'm sitting in my dad had a Bronco. We had a 96 Ford Bronco.
Nice.
Looked a lot like OJ. So I'm sitting in the Bronco and just trying to hold it and just trying not to shit in the grocery store because that's the last thing I want to do is shit in the grocery store. So, I just know Mom's going up and down every aisle, even though she said she'd be quick. So finally, I'm like, Dad, I gotta get shit. I gotta go. Let me out. So I get out of the truck, and start like fast walking because it was already like it was too late to run. Like
The jostling would have mission
if my
failure.
legs split farther than like a couple inches, the shit was coming out. So like I'm fast walking, tiny steps, just super fast, like sprinter arms, arms, tiny steps.
Right.
Straight to the bathroom. You know, you always find it in the like the back middle of the grocery store. I knew where to go. I had a good idea. So I'm going straight there. I get there and like I'm pulling my pants down, just shit in them, like as soon as, you know, like when you're about to use the bathroom, like when your body knows there's a toilet there, like it just goes.
It knows.
Yeah.
It knows.
So my brain saw the toilet. I started to squat and pull my pants down at the same time. My brain's like, we're shit. And there we go.
Time, baby.
So I didn't even get my drawers down. It just straight shit in my pants. So like you can't abandon your jeans and drawers at the grocery store.
Right.
Because you can't.
What are you gonna wear?
You can't Pooh Bear it back to the truck. You know what I mean?
You can't. Shouldn't.
There's no way to Pooh Bear it. So I wipe as much shit out of my drawers as I can and go back to the truck. Just quiet as fuck. Open the door and get in. I smell like shit, obviously. So before I said anything, I was like, "Did you shit?" Yeah, I'm like crying as much as you can cry without crying. Yeah, I'm doing that, and I have to stand up in the back of the truck. He won't let me sit down. He made me stand up the whole way, so I'm standing up, bent over in the back of the Bronco, all the way like 15 minutes back to the condo.
Oh my god!
And after that, I actually got into the shower. Like fully clothed and like took my clothes off
to salvage what you had.
I stayed in there until the water got cold, just full of shame, trying to get all the shit off me. Just ashamed.
Man, that is an excellent poop story. Jeff, you nailed it with the question, man. That was great.
Damn.
Oh, so
Do we want
the
to do that
subject
one?
of food.
It
No,
is the
I
most-
think we gotta save these for the blog.
Look
That
how
was
many
great.
there are.
Yeah, we love it. You know,
There's 6 more.
keep hitting up the website, asking the questions. We're gonna try to do this weekly, so we'll get through these questions. I mean, maybe one episode we'll only do questions, just so we can kind of get through a big chunk of them. But
What are we gonna do next week?
next week we're gonna go with our second favorite poop story.
Are we gonna have one of our friends on?
Yeah. So next week, we got a lot of cool athletes at Cal Strength all the time.
We'll
so
bring a friend next week.
Yeah, you know, there's a lot of people who have a lot of
We'll
wisdom
bring a
and
bud.
a lot of experience that we could definitely share with everyone else.
Yeah.
So next week we're gonna have a buddy. Show and tell's going down. Ask a Meathead's going down.
Depending on what you bring for show and tell, we might be on the nitro taquitos. So
That'll be a fun one. Neither of us like spicy food, so that's
I'm
probably,
terrible at spicy food.
Yeah.
I eat medium wings.
We should maybe do that.
I'm such a pussy,
My
dude.
wings are butter and pepper.
Just a dash.
Yeah, so
Just a dash.
we'll get through those next time. But yeah,
All right.
hope
well,
you guys like it.
we did 2 segments, and
you
I talked
can-
about some stuff.
Yeah,
So
the whole West story.
that's a good second podcast that we haven't yet named.
Yeah,
Text Jake.
we'll
for the
figure it
names.
out. We'll promise by podcast episode 3 we'll have a name.
Maybe.
I really like Strong Hobos. If you want some more of us, you can check us out on YouTube, West Kits. Obviously, the Cal Strength Instagram at WestKits22, no spaces. At I am Jake Baker, separating each word with an underscore.
There.
Because I'm just extra. And